Now, there have been some extraordinary scenes at China's ruling Communist Party Congress, with the former Chinese leader Hu Jintao being led out of the closing ceremony in Beijing. As you can see here, Mr. Hu was sitting beside President Xi Jinping in the Great Hall of the People when he was approached by officials who took him by the arm and led him away. It's not clear what was behind the move during what's usually a highly choreographed event. Our correspondent Steve McDonnell has more from Beijing.
Incredible scenes there at the Great Hall of the People this morning, and it's left a lot of people scratching their heads wondering what's going on. I think to unpack this, it's probably best to take it chronologically. So the morning session initially was behind closed doors. Then the second part of the last day at the Congress, some journalists were allowed into the Great Hall of the People. Hu Jintao was sitting in the front row on stage, and then in front of the cameras, several officials came along and said to him, well, you could see the ushering, you should go. He looks like he doesn't want to leave. But then he says something to Xi Jinping, who nods. He tapped his protege Li Keqiang on the shoulder and is helped off the stage. Now, there are only two possibilities, really. One is that this is sort of Chinese power politics on display with, Xi Jinping out with the old, in with him, there's something like that. And that was people's initial, feeling, the initial thought of what was going on. Really, though, I think what's much more likely is that it's something to do with his health. Because when you look at the footage a little bit earlier, when he's still sitting down, to his left on stage, other senior figures in the party, you can see they're turning to him. They look a bit worried about him. And then when he stands up, and the fact that he says something to Xi Jinping who nods, I think what's most likely is that he has some sort of a serious health problem, and that's why China's former leader wasn't able to sit through the final session there at the Communist Party Congress.